Hey everybody, welcome back. Uh, Thank you for being here. Today we're going to continue with our Super Basics 101, specifically going over every single class in the game and helping you understand how the difference in every class. So if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe. If you have any feedback, leave them in the comment section, and let's get into it. So I recorded a bunch of videos when I start into the game of every single class so that we can kind of go over all the perks and ultimates with each character. When you load into the game for the first time, you're going to get randomly assigned a class, and you have a few different options if you don't like that class. First, you can kind of re-roll the dice. For 100 gold, one time you can randomly get another class, or for 500 gold, you can select any class you want. Gold, you can accrue gold over time pretty easily, so whichever you prefer. Some people like to continue to try different classes. Some people, similar to like Apex or Valorant, like to have a main class that they like to use over and over again. The other thing you're going to see on the screen on the right hand side here is the overview of perks and ultimate skill of that class and their specialized weapon. So you can hover over each perk and ultimate skill and see what it does, and then the specialized weapon is going to change every single game. So the Shotgun Master this game, their specialized weapon is the SP686, but the next game it could be another shotgun. What's really cool is on the left-hand side, the Super People team have given you kind of a short video of how the class operates, both their ultimate skills and their perks. So there's little videos playing that you'll see as I play my video that kind of demonstrates that. So I decided to select to kind of show you every single class here. So far today, there's 12 classes to choose from. Which is a lot, but also makes the game really unique and fun. And it looks like they have this coming soon on the right-hand side here. So it looks like they're going to add a 13th class at some point. We'll see what that class turns out to be. But for now, we're going to start with our Gatling Soldier and then move on down the line to the rest of the classes. Okay, so our Gatling Soldier. The first perk that the Gatling Soldier has is the Tactical Slide. So this is if you get the first perk or first level of the perk, each perk has 3 levels. So the first level is +3 movement speed and unlocks the slide ability, which kind of allows you to slide instead of just crouching. The next perk is the counter perk. This is, or the return fire perk. So this, in level 1, you get +5 damage for 5 seconds upon being hit, and then that increases as you level that up. Homing is a smart bullet perk. So bullets bend slightly towards your enemy, and then after that, your inventory capacity increases. So this just makes your bullets have a little bit of an aimbot feature, I guess, if you will. Forward defense is your next perk. So this is -5 damage received from the front, and then that damage decrease increases as you level it up. Next is Bullet Tracer, so you can see the trajectory of bullets fired by the enemy, and then after level 1, you just get more health. That's what HP stands for. So Dodge Roll. So your level 1 is +30 health for 3 seconds after doing a roll. So you roll, you get 30 health for 1 to 3 seconds, and then that 30 health goes away. So if you're in the heat of a battle, it's really good to use, increases your health. Next is AR mag extension. So you get +30% mag capacity for AR and your Gatling gun in the first level, and then that increases over time. So your next perk here is the M16A4 major damage increase. So this is going to change based on your specialized weapon. So if your specialized weapon, let's say, was an SKS, you're going to get an SKS major damage increase, and so +10% at level 1, and then that increases over time. And then lastly, this perk is related to the ultimate for the Gatling Soldier. In level 1, you acquire a Gatling gun. This time it's not so much even though your ultimate ability is having Spitfire, which gives your rounds fire, which we'll see in a second there. You have a Gatling gun pretty early to start off if you get this perk early, and then more damage done to your Gatling as that levels up. And then so Spitfire increases the magazine capacity of your Gatling gun, and the explosive rounds create an area of flame. Your defense temporarily increases while firing the gun. The gun's kind of heavy, so your mobility slows down, so that kind of helps balance that out. So next is Shotgun Master. So the Shotgun Master's first perk here is Super Jump. This can be really powerful, by the way. You'll see a lot of people kind of jump up over you. You can't track them very well, and then all of a sudden they blow you away with a shotgun. So level 1 is you can only jump up to 2 stories, and then that increases over time. Next perk is the Jump Training. So this increases accuracy while shooting, and then as you level this up, it does a few other things. So movement speed increases, and then no more landing motion, increased health for 3 seconds upon landing. So as you level that up, that perk can kind of do a few different things. Next is knockback. So knockback's enemy upon landing a hit, and this can be stacked for 2 seconds. AR resistance. So this means the Shotgun Master is a little bit more resistant to AR damage. So if you'd want to use an SMG or a sniper or a DMR against the Shotgun Master. Upgraded flashbangs. So this upgrades flashbangs into impact grenades. It adds damage and the knockback effect. And you get 2 flash grenades per one, which is kind of cool. This can also change for different types of throwables. So sometimes I've seen this as a Molotov cocktail, sometimes I've seen this as a regular grenade, but either way, it upgrades a flashbang. Physical training, so this just increases your health. SR upgrade, so again, this perk I've seen change from SR upgrade to AR upgrade to SMG upgrade, just kind of randomizes. But this one, so for sniper rifle, that's what SR stand for, plus 10% when you're using a sniper rifle, and that increases over time. This is fast shotgun, just reloads your shotgun faster. And then lastly, this one relates to your specialized weapon, which again can change. So for the SA-12K, you get plus 7% damage in level 1, and then that continues to increase. And then lastly, your ultimate here, all related to Shotgun Master, all related to the shotgun, is Tank Shotgun, which means each shotgun round becomes as lethal as tank. All right, so the next class is Strike Force. First perk here is Shoot and Run. So increases movement speed by 30% while shoulder aiming and aiming down sights. Makes you a little bit faster. Slide perk, we saw this, I believe, with the Gatling Soldier. Same thing here. Airwalk, so 50% airwalk duration effect. So that's part of the parkour mechanic, which is pretty cool in this game. And then also your fall damage is not reduced as much when you fall off buildings. Bulletproof shield, so bulletproof shield literally just kind of pops out of thin air upon being immediately hit. And then that shield gets stronger over time as the perk levels up. Long range defense, further away somebody is, as long as I guess they're beyond 120 meters, you take less damage. Mobile assault, so damage and defense increase by 5% when running. So if you're on the move, you're going to take more, or you're going to give more damage. So lacerating rounds, so bleeding effect plus 10% accuracy. I think bleeding effect has to do with how your health kind of regenerates. So I think it just makes your health slower to regenerate, even when you're using bandages. Rapid fire, so increases your SMG fire rate and magazine capacity. And then lastly, this is for the PPSH. So this is for your specialized weapon. Again, that can change, but here it's increasing damage when you're using the PPSH. And then lastly, the dash perk. So this drastically increases your movement speed for 5 seconds. And you can do some pretty cool things with jumping and running, sliding, those types of things. So next is the sniper class. Sniper class first has the amplifier. The amplifier is similar to a heartbeat sensor. It kind of shows you where people are or where enemies are in a certain radius. And that radius increases as the perk increases. Commando crawl, so this increases your movement speed when crouching or crawling. So covert ops, this decreases the noise that you make in certain actions. So footstep noise is to start while walking, but then running, and then all noise created. Next is camo, so this gives you some more basically camouflage is in the first level and then extra health after that. Precision airstrike, so this aim within a range of 100 meters and call down airstrike by clicking the left mouse button. And so then you can just increase the range in which you drop the airstrike. So booby trap, we saw this in a character or two before. I think it was the Shotgun Master. So again, here, if you get flashbangs, you can turn those into booby traps. AR upgrade, so for this instance, the sniper has increased damage when using an AR as well as using a sniper. We're going to see that in a second here, but specialized weapon sniper. Again, this AR upgrade can change. I've seen it as an SMG upgrade or a DMR upgrade. So this perk here, the X40A1, this X40A1 is related to the specialized weapon. So when you're using their specialized weapon, you get more damage increase. And then steady shot for the sniper gives you more damage for 1 second while aiming down sights. And then lastly, Deadeye is the ultimate. So this gives you more damage when you're firing once every 10 seconds. The next class that we're going to go through is the Seeker class. So first thing here is the Molotov trap. So similar to the flashbang traps that you saw before, this takes Molotov cocktails and turns them into Molotov-based traps. Heartbeat sensor, this is like the sniper's amplifier. So the heartbeat sensor, once you get it, you can start using it, but then it increases its range as you level it up. Landing zone scan, so when you land out of the plane, you will get a scan for the next 5 minutes of people in the radius that scan is going in, and then after that 5 minutes and after you level up this perk, you get more movement speed. Homegrown mountains, so +5 damage while taking cover behind trees or rocky terrain, and then that damage increases over time. Projectile tracking is you can see the trajectory of the throwables, and then you get less damage from throwables over time. Hostiles detected, so this is similar to the zone perk, but this is throughout the game once you start at least getting level 1 here, and this just locates enemies within a 50-mile radius or 50-meter radius. Border control, damage and defense increased up to 10% the closer you are to the ice storm, and so that damage and defense increases as you level this up. The ice storm is also the ring where the gas or where you out of bounds outside the circle basically. Cover fire right, so 70% increase in leaning angle and leaning speed when leaning towards the right, and then as that levels up, your defense increases, and then this perk is related to your specialized weapon, so increase to using it when you use the PPSH for damage. His ultimate ability is the quick slide, so you do 3 quick slides for 8 seconds, and then that cools down and restarts after 60 seconds. Next class here is the Gas Soldier. So the first perk is the smoke screen, so you get movement, you increase your movement speed, and then after that you increase more movement speed when you enter smoke. So if you use a smoke grenade, you get more movement speed when you're inside the smoke. Muzzle flash detector, so it grants muzzle flash detection within 50 meters, and that increases over time. Fuel booster, so if you drink or consume fuel, which is a item you can pick up, you get plus 10% damage and 10% health, or 10 health for every 60 seconds after using a fuel tank. You also gain 2 fuel tanks and increase backpack weight capacity, and then that increases as you level that one up. Gas mask, so toxic smoke from enemies doesn't do any damage to you. Also restores 10 health while you're in the smoke, so there is toxic smoke. It's going to be the next perk. So this is where you upgrade smoke grenades into toxic smoke grenades. So similar to Molotov and flashbang upgrades, you can use smokes and turn them into toxic smoke grenades, kind of like gas grenades in other games. Home ground rocks, so plus 5% damage while in a rocky terrain. Okay, chemical rounds or chem rounds. The chemical rounds deals AOE stands for area of effect damage to enemies near its explosion radius and disrupts enemy HP restoration for 5 seconds, and then that increases. Advanced Molotov, so 20% Molotov cocktail throwing distance, and you gain Molotov cocktails and increased backpack weight capacity. And then the last perk here relates to the specialized weapon, so the UMP9 increased damage when using that weapon. And then the ultimate here is the fireball, so you get a powerful flamethrower that launches a fireball, and you can use that every 50 seconds. All right, so the next class here is the Marine class. First perk is Camaraderie, so plus 20 health recovery, consumable, and energy bar use speed. Then plus 20% casting speed and defense while restoring allies' health or reviving an ally, and then even more of both of those things in level 3. The Assault perk is next, so minus 50% noise when moving in shallow water, and with the Fog of War. Fog of War is the ultimate ability. Then increased health for 60 seconds while exiting water, so you can swim in this game, or you can, there's other bodies of water too. But the Marine has a lot of water perks, and then increased movement speed after exiting shallow water or Fog of War. So water, you can run in shallow water without any movement speed penalties, and then you can swim faster and hold your breath longer. So damage, so you give more damage while in water or in your ultimate, and you can crouch and go prone in shallow water. Anti-air fire, so damage increases to 10% when firing at an upward angle, and that increases over time. Water ghillie, so you get basically a ghillie suit, and then after that you get less damage while swimming. It is easy to shoot people in the water, or easier, because not everybody swims quickly. Upgrade silencers, so plus 10% damage and slightly decreased barrel recoil with a silencer attached. C4 IED, so acquire attachable C4 that can be used to damage things. And then lastly, this last perk here is the F2000, so that's the specialized weapon. You get damage increase for using the specialized weapon. And then lastly, the Marine's ultimate is called the Fog of War, and this creates a barrier of fog around you to hide from your enemies, and that you can use every 90 seconds. Next class is the Teleporter class. Teleporter first is Quick Fix, so plus 30% speed when using Capsules, and then as you level that up, it's for energy bars and then also health recovery consumables like bandages. Evasive Action is plus 3% movement speed, and then more health every 5 seconds after being hit. Defensive Aiming, so you have decreased damage received from the front while aiming, when aiming at 2 times or higher, so using like a 2 time, 4 time, or 8 time scope. Field Medic, so health is increased for 10 seconds after consuming an energy bar, plus 100% health for a short time, plus 50% downed ally recovery rate. Commando Crawl, so just increases your movement speed while crouching or crawling. Headstrong, minus 10% headshot damage. So Tomahawk, it's kind of like C4 for the Marine. You get an actual Tomahawk and you can use it. One shot, one kill, so reduce recoil and plus 10% damage in single fire mode. So if you take an automatic weapon and put it into single fire mode, you get more damage with it. And then lastly, this perk relates to specialized weapons. So plus 10%, 20, 30% for your specialized weapon. And then lastly, the ultimate skill of the teleporter is to teleport. And you can teleport within a location on your map. You open up, basically you use your ultimate, it opens up the map, shows you a radius that you can go teleport in, and then you teleport. You can use that every 120 seconds or 2 minutes. Next class is SWAT. So first perk here is the Urban Warfare. So increased movement speed over time. Close quarter combat training, so plus 15% accuracy when hip firing or shoulder firing, and then increases the fire rate and reload speed with each individual level after that. Plus 5% damage for 5 seconds upon being hit, and then increases the damage after you've been hit when you level up that perk. Home ground indoors, so more damage when you're inside. Defense, close range defense, so reduces your damage that you take from sources that are close range, so within 25 meters. Improved parkour, so I talked a little bit about the parkour mechanic before, but reduce noise when breaking through a window. Plus 30% speed for parkour and grabbing ledges, and then plus 30 health for 10 seconds upon using your parkour movement. So again, that's a unique mechanic in this game. Upgraded grenade, so HE grenade. So this is an upgrade. Whenever you grab a grenade, it turns into an upgraded advanced grenade. Breaching the door, or breach door. Breaking and entering through doors and windows deploys a smoke screen and inflicts 40 damage within the room. Once you level that up, these things stack onto each other. So then plus 20 movement speed and damage for 5 seconds upon breaking through doors and windows. And then level 3 is plus 25 health for 5 seconds upon breaking through doors and windows. And then the last perk here relates to your specialized weapon, which in this case is the MP5. So increased damage when using your specialized weapon. And then lastly is Blackout. It's kind of like the Fog of War for the Marine, except in this case, it actually blacks out your screen. So it creates a dome-shaped field barrier that instantly blocks your enemy's sight. So actually, if you're in the enemy, your screen is completely black if you're inside of the blackout. Next class is the Firearms Expert. So tactical reload, minus 50% reload speed for specialized weapon types and plus 10% magazine capacity for all weapons. So it reduces your reload speed, but makes the capacity bigger. Plus 30% movement speed while shoulder aiming and aiming down sights, and that increases over time. Quick aim, so plus 50% weapon switch and ADS speed, so it makes you switch weapons really quickly and ADS quickly. Bullet tracer, you can see the trajectory of bullets fired by the enemy, and then also increases health over time. Headshot evasion, so minus 90% health, headshot damage received, and then just the further levels there just reduces the cooldown. Mix and match, so this one plus 10% damage when you equip the same classes in slots 1 and 2. So if you had 2 ARs, for instance, or 2 SMGs, something like 2 snipers, whatever, same class. This one relates directly to the specialized weapon, so increases the M1 Garand when using your specialized weapon. AR upgrade, so increased damage using your AR, or when using an AR, and then cover fire, plus 70% increase in leaning and angle and leaning speed, and then plus 20% defense when leaning, and then plus 20% damage when leaving. And then lastly, the ultimate ability is the force field. So this instantly slows down all targets within a certain range. Allies' movement speed is affected to a lesser degree. So your allies' speed, so your teammate, if you're playing duos or squads, doesn't quite decrease. Okay, second to last class, nuclear class. So quick march, so plus movement speed when moving empty-handed, so you can holster your weapon and you can kind of run or walk. Spatial awareness detects the location of a shooter within 50 meter radius, and that increases as you increase the perk. Firewall, so this again upgrades Molotov cocktails into a firewall. home ground indoors. So again, this is plus 5% damage when you're inside a building. Upgraded energy bar, so recovers 5% health over a specific period of time after consuming an energy bar, and then that increases over time. Weaving, so this you weave automatically when standing or crouching, and then minus 20% damage received when using a health recovery consumable, like a health pack or an energy bar, and then minus 20% damage received when weaving. RPG, so in this case, you actually get a rocket launcher in your fourth slot. Point shooting, plus 10% accuracy when hip firing and shoulder firing. M16A4, so this is related to the specialized weapon. So that increases damage along with your specialized weapon. And then the ultimate for the nuclear is the tactical nuke. And this launches a tactical nuke that damages all enemies in the targeted area. You can use that every 180 seconds. Last class. So the driver class. Quick march. So plus 10% movement speed when moving empty-handed, similar to the nuke class. Smart key, so this summons a nearby unattended vehicle whenever you use it, and then that can increase over time. Nitro, so do a nitro jump while driving. That's like an actual like bunny hop, but it's really high in the air. And then 30% effectiveness of vehicle speed boosters and detonate a vehicle by pressing G after dismounting or whatever your key is bound to. Bulletproof glass, so your vehicle and the soldiers within it get extra health and defense as you level that up. Explosion resistance, so you don't receive any damage received from vehicle collisions or explosions. And then other things kind of boost on top of that. So minus 50% damage received from tactical nukes, minus 50% damage received from grenades, advanced grenade, RPG, C4, airstrikes. So vehicle, home ground vehicles, so damage and defense while taking cover behind vehicles or while in vehicles. So basically more damage and defense. Ride mounted combat, so plus 30% accuracy when shooting from a vehicle, more damage when shooting from a vehicle, etc. Homing, so this is similar to the Gatling Soldier, so the bolts are slightly off target, will curve towards and hit the enemy, so this is a little aim body. And then lastly, this perk relates to the specialized weapon, so more damage for your specialized weapon. And then the ultimate for the driver is the monster truck. And this is a monster truck that you can summon, similar to the other perk where you can summon any vehicle near you, but in this case it's a monster truck. And yeah. All right, so so that's the overview of all the classes. There's a lot of classes. I know this is a longer video, but I wanted to go through them, make sure that you can kind of take this video on your own, go through it if you'd like, so that you don't have to spend time in the game. Instead, you can kind of play this as you play the game, or if you're like thinking about what classes to choose and strategize with. But again, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe. If you have any feedback, please leave it in the comment section. And thank you for being here. Have a good one.